Card Craze Central. What is going on, guys? It is another month down the drain. That means we have another business update for you. 8 months we've been doing this. Started the YouTube channel 8 months ago, and it's been a wild ride, guys. Last month, if you watched last month's video, if you haven't actually, check it out. It should be up here. But if you watched last month's video, we ended the month with $18.61 in profit. Got some comments that number might not be actual. So I broke down the numbers this month, and we're going to dive into those. We're going to talk about some of the questions that you guys have that I'm going to answer. And then we'll go over the numbers and the plan for the next year and the next adventure for Card Craze Central. So stay tuned. Let's get right into the video. So let's start off with some questions that you guys had for me. First question up, we got it from Eric asking, do you buy a lot of singles or open retail? And this is a great question. Typically, when I'm doing content like this for the channel, I buy a lot of retail boxes. I buy a bunch of stuff that is, I go to Walmart, Target. Sometimes I'll buy online, but a lot of it I open a lot of retail for the channel. I really enjoy opening boxes, and I enjoy making that content. So for me, if it's going on the channel, it's typically retail. I don't usually buy a ton of singles for the channel just because I don't think it's as entertaining to open up and rip. But for my personal collection, I 100% buy a ton of singles. I don't really have a whole lot of luck with retail for my PC. But with that being said, there are times when, like, if a new set comes out, like Bowman Chrome, when that set comes out, usually I'll open a bunch just for my personal collection. I really enjoy the first Bowmans. So that's kind of a hunt that I always do every year. So for that instance, I will buy some retail, but 90% of the time, if I am buying something for my personal collection, I will buy a single because in my experience, it is much cheaper to buy a single you want than it is to try to pull it out of a retail pack. And then if you want to get it graded and all that stuff, it's just a lot of work and it takes way too much time. So that's kind of my thought process on that. If I was going to try to build my PC, or when I do build my PC, I would stick to buying singles. If you want to open retail, it's really just a gamble. You don't know what you're going to get. So that's, for me, I just do that just for fun. I don't have any expectations when I'm opening retail boxes. But good question. Thanks for asking. Next up, we got from Aaron. He made a comment saying there's no money in retail anymore. Been a collector for a long time. When the value is gone, it's hard to really want to open anything. And that is such a great point. And I really just wanted to highlight that too, because it is tough. I mean, when you go into Walmart or Target and you see blaster boxes for $40 or $60 or just so much money for 36 cards or 25 cards, and there's not a lot of value there. But again, kind of, this one really just flowed into the last comment there, is that there's, while it is expensive and there's not usually a ton of value in retail, it is something that's fun. And I think a lot of the times we get so caught up in the money part of things and forget about the hobby itself. And at the end of the day, that's what this is. We're collecting cardboard and we're having fun with it. And that's something that I've really thought about this last couple months, is that this is all just for fun. It's just cardboard at the end of the day with pictures on it. And at the beginning, like that's why everybody gets into it. It's because it's a hobby, not to make a ton of money. And yeah, it's cool if you pull an expensive card, but at the end of the day, as long as you're having fun ripping some packs and getting some cool cards that you like, then that's all that matters. And as long as you find some fun in that, then to me, that's priceless. If it costs $40 to have some fun, I mean, to me, it's worth it to open a couple packs and do that. But anyway, guys, thank you for your questions. Thank you for your comments. If you guys want me to review or talk about any comments or questions, make sure you leave them in the description below. I'll get to them, and maybe we'll feature them on the next monthly episode of Card Craze Central's Business Update. Now that we've got the questions out of the way, let's talk about the plan for the next 30 days. Got the new year coming up. New year, same old business. Talk about it in a little bit, but we did a ton of selling on eBay and whatnot. Didn't reach my goal. I know last month I said that I really wanted to hit that 500 listings on eBay. We fell short of that, but we've done a lot better on whatnot, and I think that comes with consistency. So for the next 30 days, going to continue to be consistent with whatnot. Keep trying to push stuff out that way. Keep making videos for you guys, of course. Enjoy making some content, but then again, just selling. The National is only 6 months away now, and I still have a plan to go to the National. So with that, I got to make sure that I got to think forward ahead. I got to really think about what cards I want to bring, what my goals are for the national. There's also some investment cards that I want to pick up before then. So we will see how that goes. But the main goals for the next 30 days are to be more consistent on eBay, more consistent on whatnot. Those are kind of we're always striving to do better there. Also, in the next 30 days, really want to go to a card show. I haven't been to an actual card show yet, and before I go to the national, I want to get my feet wet kind of and really try to go to at least one card show. There's a couple local ones near me, so I want to try to do that. Also, just want to pick out some cooler cards and just build more relationships in like sports card shops and things like that, just to help. But that's kind of the goals for the next 30 days. Keep buying and selling. That's the name of the game. It's cool to come across a lot of different cards. So that is the goal for the next 30 days. Now, the time you have all been waiting for. It is time to go over the numbers. This is everybody's favorite part, I feel like. So let's do some background. So we'll start with eBay. We actually picked up consignment, and we're able to buy a bunch of stuff. Able to sell a bunch of stuff on eBay. A lot of Paul Skeens. I'll just kind of run through what we made off each one. Well, not what we made, but how much like we sold the car for, and then if you take eBay fees and shipping and all that stuff away, kind of our net revenue there. So the Paul Skeens, we made $10. Another Paul Skeens, $5.25. Two Paul Skeens for $10.82. Another Paul Skeens for $17.85. This is a big one. We sold a soccer one-of-one that we pulled on this channel. We sold it for $70.20 after eBay fees and everything. That one was huge. That really helped the revenue for this month. Also sold a couple more Paul Skeens for $17.93 a piece, and then sold a UFC card for $1.32. So all of those Paul Skeens cards were on consignment, and right now I'm kind of just trying to figure that out. So I'm not even going to count those in our total, because that money I'm kind of counting as like we owe to somebody else because we took those cards in. So those will not be in our monthly total. But if you add up all of the cards that we did sell that I just mentioned that are our cards, we made a total of $78.20, which is pretty good, I think. That's a huge month for us. That one-on-one soccer, selling that one was huge. Definitely helped us get to where we were at for eBay. So that is awesome. And then we did 4 Whatnot shows. That was the most amount of Whatnot shows we've ever done in a month, and it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun doing it. We averaged about 4 buyers per show. We had a max of 12 people in the shows, so really not a lot of traction, but we had 4 buyers. Our total top line, we made $133, which that is awesome. But then when you take away Whatnot fees and all of those things, we actually only made $47.80. Part of the things that goes into that was we ran a boost for our first show back, spent $50 on a boost, or $25 on a boost, $25 an hour for a boost. So obviously that cuts it into our profits a little bit. And then we ran a ton of giveaways, and the way Whatnot works is that the seller actually has to pay the shipping on the giveaways. So I think we had 10 or 12 giveaways, which really cut into a lot of our profits there. If you take into total the $78.20 we brought in from eBay, the $47.80 we brought in for Whatnot, and then the $18.61 we brought in from last month's episode, that leaves a grand total of $144.61 total. But there are some expenses with that, and I'm going to walk you through those. So I'm actually going to add the cost of doing the videos in here as well for you guys. So we did a holiday video, which you guys probably saw that'll go out earlier this week. That cost $20. We did the best Topps Chrome video. That one cost $50 to get those 3 boxes. And then I have a video coming out next week that costs $60 to do. And then I bought a ton of cards. I bought a bunch of singles that were, I bought 3 singles that cost $2.40. I bought 1 card that cost $2.15 that I'm going to try to get graded. And then I bought a group of cards for like 50 cards for $7.44, which is a super good deal. I'm super excited to go over those with you guys. And then bought a couple slabs for $54. That brings our grand total to $195.99 for this month. of how much we spent. So if you take that number and then subtract it from $144.61 that we made in profit, that leaves us with a grand total of negative $51.38. So we're actually in the hole $51.38. Now, normally I would be like, oh no, this business is failing, this isn't doing well. But the good news is we still have a ton of inventory. Some of those buys were a little premature, and we bought them to continue building our whatnot. And as our whatnot grows, obviously that revenue will grow. We're still listing on eBay, and we're still doing whatnot shows. And a lot of that money is in slabs, so I've really grown our graded card selection this past year, and I think those are just good investments long term. So while it does seem like we kind of went the other way, did a little overspending, but I think it'll all work out. We're getting a ton of cards and value cards too from opening the boxes each day, so that's always good. And keep in mind, this is only cards that we're doing for this channel. It's not taking into account any of the personal collection that I'm talking about, any of those expenses. I don't include into these. These are strictly just for the channel. Everything on here is like, obviously we're going to try to sell it at some point, or at least use it as a trade to get better inventory. So guys, that was 8 months in a card business. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to check out all of the cards we did buy, make sure you check out this video right here. It is top notch, and it goes over all of our buys for this month. So you'll definitely want to check that out. Until next time, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you tell someone you love them today. We'll catch you guys in the next one.